We're honored to be joined now by External Affairs Manager from Florida Power and Light, Mr. Baldwin English. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. English, tell us about your upbringing.
Wow, okay. Well, I was born in New York, but moved to Miami when I was 7 years old. Attended some of the public schools here and ended up graduating from a church school in Miami, Miami Union Adventist Academy. Attended Florida International University for my undergrad business degree. Spent way too much time there. You know, sometimes you get caught up in playing basketball and cards and this and that, and it took me a while to get serious, but when I finally got serious, I finished strong and ended up going to law school at Texas Southern University, Thurgood Marshall School of Law in Houston, Texas. And so that's kind of my educational track that I've taken.
Who were some of your mentors, and how would you describe the power of mentorship in your life?
That's a very good question. So, you know, growing up, I think my first mentor was my father at home, right? And fortunately, I was able to grow up with both my parents there, and my father was a hard worker in his 9-to-5 and multiple 9-to-5s, and a hard worker in volunteering at church and so forth. So I had that as a very good, strong example. I think beyond that, I was able to navigate the places I was most successful in when it came to school and when it came to my different jobs was when I had someone there that was kind of looking out for me. You know, the difference between even going to from FIU to Thurgood Marshall School of Law, which was an HBCU, I noticed a difference between the way I interacted with my professors at law school as different from my friends that maybe went to law school down the street at a PWI institution. Professor Douglas is one of those guys, my contracts professor, who everywhere from the way he dressed, the way he carried himself, to his career path that he took, was one of the people that I really looked up to. You go to his house for dinner and so forth, or you really opened the doors and really wanted to really express a desire to have you win, to have me win and succeed in life. So he's one from a law school perspective. And I have others that I just look up to in so many different ways from church and so forth. And these are men, primarily black men, that have taken a significant interest in my success and the success of, you know, people in my circle as well.
What is your role at Florida Power and Light, and even more broadly, what kind of role does Florida Power and Light play in the South Florida community?
So Florida Power and Light, my role as External Affairs Manager, my role is primarily to engage with elected officials at the city and county level. So mayors, council persons, as well as commissioners at the county. The way I look at my role is I don't want FPL issues to be a political issue, right? We want to resolve the issues for these elected officials, whether it's something as simple as a street light that may be out and a constituent or resident is complaining about, or whether it's something more involved, like how do we get to a clean energy profile for Miami-Dade County and Miami-Dade County Public Schools, where we've partnered with both organizations to help hopefully achieve that goal in the coming years. So, you know, FPL, we're the backbone, we think, of everything that happens here in Miami-Dade County and throughout our territory, because obviously without power, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. We wouldn't be able to educate kids at Miami-Dade Public Schools or Miami-Dade College. We really take our job seriously. We've noticed that there were some challenges in other states, Texas and California, with outages and so forth. And we're very fortunate here that we have a very high reliability standard that we meet year after year, keeping the lights on, getting more green every day, and providing really good, stable jobs for those of us that work for the company and the community.
Speaking of jobs, for the 5,000 role model students who may be watching, what are some of the career pathways that you've seen at Florida Power and Light?
I love talking about the job opportunities there. So our biggest areas that we employ are in our customer service department, and of course our engineers, our linemen, our engineering departments are huge because, you know, we provide energy, but we are a tech company. So our engineering is huge at what we do, and we are always looking for more graduates that come from schools like FIU. We have a strong relationship with FIU. We have a presence on FIU's campus, on the South Campus. So we hire a lot of engineers, a lot of customer service representatives also from there. And when I say customer service representatives, I mean, that's not the end all be all of where you'll be. You know, I've seen people, I've been there only 3.5 years. I've seen people come in immediately after college, and they're 2 or 3 positions. They've gotten 2 or 3 promotions just in the time that I've been there. So it's an opportunity for a lot of growth, a lot of leadership potential opportunities there, and you gain more responsibility as you continue in your career. But I think perhaps the cream of the crop that a lot of people don't think about it is really our linemen. Our linemen, I use that term broadly, line persons, because we have men and women that are out there doing the hands-on work for, you know, and keeping the lights on. And they make a good living. You know, we go to school and we want to get a job, we want to make a good living. And linemen, they do very well financially. They are very well respected, I think, in the community. And I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of our young people to consider as well as they explore what they want to do in the future.
What are some ways, as we close out, that young people can prepare themselves now to take advantage of career opportunities at FPL and even on a larger landscape, the tech boom that's occurring now in South Florida?
Sure. You know, you talk about tech boom, and we are engaging with a lot of the Bitcoin companies that want to come into town and working with them, and they're interested in clean energy and so forth. But I think that the ultimate goal, the ultimate advice I could provide anyone is to always strive for excellence in whatever you do, right? So if you're a college student, you want to make sure you're getting the best grades. I'm not going to tell you have to major in anything specific unless you're trying to be an engineer, then that's more limited. But whatever you do, you need to specialize. Or be excellent in what you do. As you said, I went to law school, but I'm not practicing in a legal capacity now. I'm doing general business and, you know, these kind of relations, external affairs jobs right now. But you have to put your best foot forward in everything that you do. And, you know, I always say the cream rises to the top, right? You might find yourself in a situation where you're not standing out, but if you're putting forth good work, good effort, showing up on time, you know, leaving and taking on extra tasks if you need to, leaving a little later than usual, that gets recognized, and you're able to navigate yourself through better positions and better opportunities.
Be excellent in what you do. Role model Baldwin English, thank you for the excellence that you bring to our community, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Miami-Dade College has career paths in anything you want to be. What's your story? Be global. Be cutting edge. Be inventive. Be investigative. Be a hero. What do you want to be? Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
We are joined now by recent Miami Edison Senior High School graduate and Miami-Dade College Rising Black Scholar, Zephaniah James. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
So Zephaniah, how does it feel to be a part of the inaugural class of Rising Black Scholars at Miami-Dade College?
I mean, it feels amazing. The fact that I was chosen for this opportunity, it would really be something big for my future. So I'm just glad that I was chosen, and I was looked upon the other kids as well. So I'm just glad that they provided us the opportunity to be the first in the first class.
When you speak of some of your other students, what has been the feedback thus far as you all are recently coming into this endeavor? How have you all felt about it as a group?
As a group, I say it helped us a lot. Like going into our classes, having like psychology and all the other classes, teachers being there for us, you know, experimenting with us, like how college will be, being there for us. Just, you know, it's like a group thing. So besides that, it's been very helpful for me. I've been having the opportunity to explore new opportunities and new things I didn't even know before, so it's all a learning process.
You were also inducted into the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence Project, which is a mentorship organization. Who have been some of the important mentors in your life thus far?
So far, I'll say first my mother. My mother's been with me from birth, taking care of me, motivating me, pushing me. You know, she's been doing it on her own, being a single mother from, you know, years, and, you know, she never gave up. So I'll say my mom, number one. Number two, my brothers, I have 4 brothers. They motivate me every day to continue to be the person who I want to be. And, you know, we all, you know, grew up together. You know, they see me at my worst, they see me at my best, and they still love me the same. So I'll say my mother and my brothers.
When you speak of never giving up, what are some of your dreams and your aspirations as you begin this new endeavor?
So far, short-term goals, I want to be able to read more. I want to be able to read because I see how important reading is. You would be able to understand, and I know I have, like, I wouldn't say like difficulties with reading, but it's like I know I could improve. So I'll say reading, and a long-term goal, I want to be able to graduate. Because you know, I see people, and I've known people who've started college, or not just college, just start things and they quit. So I'll say I want to be able to graduate in the next 4 years.
What do you think is the key to not quitting and staying on the path towards your dream and your purpose?
It's easy, consistency. If you be able to continue to put yourself to the same thing and continue to grind, continue to be motivated, the same routine, I feel like you will be able to do anything.
What are some lessons as you are now have achieved the status of being a college student? What lessons would you give to 5,000 Role Model elementary, middle, and high school students?
I'll say never give up, because I know things may be tough where we may not want to continue to strive and continue to keep pushing forward, but I feel like we just have to keep pushing. Like, life doesn't stop for nobody. I just feel like if you were going to do it, if you start something, you just have to finish.
Zephaniah, you were a standout basketball player in high school. What are some lessons that you take from your time on the court that you plan on applying in other areas of life?
I'll take teamwork. Like, I feel like with basketball, it's a team sport, and I've had situations before where, you know, the team didn't fully get together because teamwork was missing. Everyone wanted to do their own thing, so I just felt like the next year when we did play team sports, we actually made it to the playoffs and actually did better. So I took from that teamwork, because I believe if we all continue and contribute, I feel like we all go somewhere.
What were some of the elements, as you speak of the improvement of your team, to make those with individual aspirations come together towards a collective goal?
That I'll say, if we're on the same page. If we all wanted to win, that we would have all been collectively put together to do the same thing. So.
You're majoring in business. What are your business aspirations?
I want to one day have my business. I haven't fully thought about what business I want, but I've been thinking about having my own business.
What do you hope to gain from your experience at Miami-Dade College?
I want to be able, like I said, I want to be able to grow, like, on the reading aspect, because, like, math has always been my favorite subject. I've always been, like, easily informed about math. I've always been intrigued about it. So I just want to, you know, balance it out with math and both reading. So I'll say reading is the most important thing on my mind right now.
You mentioned the journey of your mom and how she never gave up. If she's watching this broadcast, what do you want to say to her right now?
I just want to say, Mom, I love you. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for continuing to take care of us even to this day. I just want to say, in the future, I know you still love me, whether I had it all today or not. So I just want to say I thank you, and I'll give it all to you in the future.
Mom, you are appreciated. Zephaniah James, you are appreciated. You are significant. You are important. And we are 5,000
Role Model.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Miami-Dade College has career paths in anything you want to be. What's your story? Be global. Be cutting edge. Be inventive. Be investigative. Be a hero. What do you want to be? Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
We are joined now by Wilson Scholar and Rising Black Scholar, John Espinal. Thank you so much for joining.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
John, you are a 5,000 role model at Miami-Jackson Senior High School, deeply involved in the chapter. Tell us about your experience as a role model in that chapter.
Well, it was an amazing experience. 5,000 role models really opened my eyes. Realize my potential I could be in the future, And then having all those people believe in your potential, it motivates me more, to really do my best in my life.
What were some of the experiences, some of the trips that you all took part in as a chapter?
One of my favorite experiences at the 5,000 role model was when we went to the prison. You see all those people regret those decisions they made, those little decisions, hang around the wrong crowd, or just a wrong corner. It just really affected them, so it really changed me.
So you went to the prison and you went to some universities, right?
Oh, universities.
What were some of the university visits that you all went to?
Well, FIU is a really big campus, and it shows you that they're a family over there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's it got me into the college life. I was ready for it.
What are some of your recollections from the police and youth conference where the officers and students came together to learn more about each other and how to best interact?
Yeah, it really shows you that the police are trying to, better the community. And even seeing black police officers even made me feel more comfortable being around the police. So it was just also an amazing experience.
How does it feel to be a part of this historic inaugural class of rising black scholars at Miami-Dade College?
I'm truly grateful, honestly. It changed my life.
What are you looking to major in?
Cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity.
Yeah.
And what are some of your long-term aspirations, both connected to cybersecurity and other endeavors?
So my future, career is to work for the FBI, be a computer scientist, help solve, cyber warfare, combat, all that. Eventually, I do want to go to the Pentagon, but, that's a high goal, but, little steps by steps.
What inspired you to want to pursue that particular career path and career trajectory? Actually,
in 10th grade, I learned to fix phones by myself, self-taught. And then I learned about the computing in those little cell phones, and it fascinated me. So, I started learning more about computers and seeing how powerful, how the network is all connected. And seeing, it just blew my mind. So then I started learning more about coding. And then I learned about viruses and how you could discover viruses in those coding. And it's a challenge to me. Cybersecurity is a challenge every time, so that's why I love it. Solving those puzzles is always going to keep my mind going.
What are some of the things that you're looking forward to as you embark on this new experience at Miami-Dade College?
I want to learn how to network, make friends, make connections, and hopefully learn what I need to learn to, pursue my career, which I know I will.
Well, you're leaving you're transitioning from the 5,000 role models into the rising black scholars. What has been your interaction thus far with some of your other rising black scholars, and what do you think that you all can do as a group?
Well, meeting the other rising black scholars, I learned that we all have goals in life, that we trying to be someone. And, together we could reach that goal, helping each other out in every little aspect.
As someone who has successfully graduated from high school, you're about to start college, what are your words of wisdom or advice for younger students who may be watching in elementary or middle school?
To figure out what you want to do in your senior year. Don't waste around, hang around friends, worry about the wrong things in high school. Worry about your future.
What are some things that they want to maybe avoid that you've seen other people trip up on that they can avoid in advance?
I would like to say it's like a culture in high school you know, that it's cool to skip, or it's cool, you know, to get bad grades. Avoid all that, you know, be yourself and, you know, do good and doing good in high school.
What kept you on the path that you stayed on and prevented you from dropping out or getting engaged in a lot of negative activities?
You know, I surrounded myself by wonderful people. You know, everybody around me has the same mentality as me. And also my mom, you know, this is all for her as well.
You speak of your mom, and who were some other mentors who played an important role for you?
So another mentor I had was with the 5,000 role model. Mentor, I don't remember his first name, but his last name was, what's his name? Wow.
Well, I know your site director was Mr. Etienne,
Mr.
right?
Etienne, there you go, Mr. Etienne.
Mr. Etienne.
He always made sure I kept on the right track. And if every little thing got tripped up on, you know, he talked to the person I needed to talk to, you know, make sure I was good.
Now, in your own personal life, you've made some big changes and big transitions. Tell us about that.
Wow, so my 11th grade year, I had took a UM course on cybersecurity in the month in summer. And, you know, I was very nervous, you know, a high school student going to a college class full of adults. But, you know, it really just opened my mind.
What did that exposure mean to you? What were some of the lessons that you learned from that experience?
You know, it made me less anxious about going into college and showing that how everybody is just friendly. You know, everybody's just there to do their job. And so, you know, that experience made me less nervous, you know, confident going into college, making sure that I am going to succeed in this.
What do you want, as we close out, the viewers to know about John Espinal?
I want you to know that I am going to be somewhere in life. You will hear my name one day. I don't know, on the news, but somewhere you're gonna hear my name.
He will be somebody. He already is somebody. He is significant, and we are 5,000. Thank you so much, John. If you want to get involved with the nation's premier dropout prevention and mentorship program, the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence Project, give us a call at 305-995-2451, extension 2, or visit www.5000rolemodels.com. We hope that you get involved with the 5,000 Role Models. Until next time.